Good morning and welcome to Ewetopia Farms. It's a beautiful sunny day. The birds are singing. Got a little too much wind making it feel colder than it should. But otherwise, beautiful day. Today we're going to talk about Arnie's jobs and my jobs on the farm. We work together, but we obviously do different things. So let's step inside and we'll see what both of us do differently and the same on the farm. Okay, so to start on our different tasks, Arnie hits the barn usually before I do because I do all the household chores too, so I do that first, then I come up and join him in the barn. He just had a lamb here. And with our Suffolks, because they're slow to get up and it's cold, like I said before, we tend to give them their first drink of colostrum by tubing them. So that's what Arnie's doing now. This mom is a really exuberant mom. I haven't recorded her yet, and that comes into my duties. I do all the record keeping of the sheep, so once Arnie moves out of here, I'll go in and I'll record who she is, who the dad is, and all that stuff, and I'm in charge of registering and that. Arnie's 6'2", I'm 5'2", so he's in charge of all heavy work and equipment work, and I'm in charge of lambs, paperwork, marketing, advertising, videos, and that stuff. So she's got, he just tested her milk. She's got lots of milk. We always do that no matter what, just in case. He's right now dipping the umbilical cord with iodine just to make sure no bacteria gets in there. This job is done by both of us. It's whoever's here first will do all this stuff. We had a lot more lambs last night. We had these two. Arnie does night checks too. I used to do night checks, but with two of us doing night checks, it resulted in both of us being so exhausted we couldn't function and fighting with each other, and just because we were tired. So he does night checks. Reason for that is he was born on a farm and has done this kind of stuff his whole life and doesn't sleep. Like, he sleeps 4 hours and he's up and then he goes to sleep, so he's a cat napper. Whereas when I hit the sheets, I'm dead for like 8 hours if I'm lucky. Nowadays it's more like 6, but hey. So what he's doing right now, he got a glove and just checking to see if she had another. She doesn't. No lamb. So what we'll probably do is we'll see if she'll take that orphan lamb. Who knows? But we're going to try it. Yeah, I'd grab her because she's very exuberant. She just might. We tend to have more luck fostering lambs on first-timers or mothers who are just totally obsessed with the lamb, like are freaking out. Like she's so excited to be a mom right now, you can hear her, that she may just be fooled by another lamb. Usually you can tell right away. She'll nudge it away. And we'll see what she does. See, the lamb knows right away to nurse. And the lamb is probably on. What we're going to do is we're going to take her cleaning off there and rub it on this lamb's bum. I'll put it on the bum mainly because she sniffs the bum. And maybe we can fool her. We do interracial fostering too, but if you can get the same breed, it seems to work a little better. She kind of knows that this isn't hers. She's given it a few little nudges, taps. But we'll see what happens. Now we'll move on through the day, and I'll make sure that I pinpoint what Arnie's up to. Anyway, that lamb's still on. She was due for a bottle, so she is hungry. I will make sure that she doesn't gorge too much, though. But right now, Mom's paying attention to her lamb, and yeah, she's nudging that little lamb a little roughly, but she's concentrating on her lamb, so I don't know. We'll see. Just a random thing, but this view is just so gorgeous. I'm just loving the look of her lambs, her disposition. She is a beautiful, beautiful Dorset. I can't wait to see who she is when I scan her. This girl, within seconds of me turning off the camera, started hitting the adopted lamb, so it got to nurse a little bit and now it's off. That's not going to work out. But we tried, so I'm going to go feed her a bottle now. So, thought I'd do a quick peek at the rams, just because Scotty was kind of funny. He's sitting in the middle of their feeder, the empty feeder. Hey, buddy. And this guy, Geronimo, he's here looking at the ewes because we have the gate open. Okay, so Arnie's left the main barn. I'm still in the main barn. I just recorded all the ewes that had lambs last night. And now I have to go to my files to see who the daddies were. So I'm pretty sure one of them is from Hamish. Okay, this one just had a lamb. She had 2 boys. So she's the one that was so pretty. So I just record that. Everything is double, triple recorded here. She had 2 boys. So basically, I do this. I finish off this barn. I look after the lambs and ewes. Arnie's moved on ahead to the right span buildings or the coveralls, and he is feeding hay and grain to the sheep. So we'll join him there in just a few seconds. So we're in the coveralls now. The lambs all just got some fresh hay in the feeder. That's Arnie's job, to bring the hay in. Meanwhile, I was trying to find the orphan lambs from that ewe who gorged out on grain the other day. She died overnight. I found her ewe lamb, couldn't find the ram lamb, so I marked the ewe lamb, tried to give her some milk. She took a little bit, so if I can get her on a bottle, she'll be okay. Or she'll steal, or she'll eat food. She's just a month old, so they really need to be cared for, but they'll be real hard to get on a bottle. But I could not find the ram lamb anywhere, so right now he must look pretty good. But I'll keep searching. I got a big mark on the female, so I can catch her every day and get her onto a bottle. But these are the older lambs. If anyone was gonna die, you'd rather the you died from this group. Not that you want anyone to die, but at least these sheep in this pen are well on their way, and they would be okay if push came to shove, because most of them, as you can see, are eating now. But the other pen, the front pen, is just a little young. Here's that black guy that I liked the other day. He's looking pretty fancy. But now's where they will really start growing, because they're getting both mom's milk and feed. So this is where you'll see the massive rates of growth at this point. And then when the mums start drying up, they will increase their feed intake to maintain their body weight. And some will actually lose a bit of weight when moms stop feeding them, but usually it all balances out fairly quickly. Hi, you guys. Hi. Am I curious? Well, you should be eating. Oh, and there's Wally looking at the gate through the gate at Katie. It's funny how you can, some sheep look like all the others, but Wally, there's always been something unique looking about Wally. Wally's our sheep, in case people don't know. She was born and somehow got stuck in a wall. We have no idea how it happened. But about 12 hours later, we found her in a wall. And she was still alive, and it was brutally cold. And then she got adopted on top of that. So, there she is in the creep pen now. Actually, oh, buddy, you're such a nice boy. So the same thing in here. These guys got some fresh hay in here. And there's a whole pile of them in here. Hi, you guys. Oh, that's a bit of attitude. See, the ewes all got fresh hay, and they're just fighting over that spot. So there must be like a bunch of alfalfa leaves there or something. But they're pushing and shoving at that spot. But that's where a lamb, if there was a lamb in there, I don't see any lambs in there. But that's where they can really hurt a lamb. That's why we prefer them in the creep areas. That's not her mom, but you see, the lambs learn off the moms. Oh, actually, it could be her mom. This ewe is nursing both her lambs right now, and she's a big ewe. And those lambs are both standing right under her nursing. So it's a nice cozy cave they're sitting in while they do that. Which is kind of neat. And she's really quiet with them. But the other one's right under there too. It's hard to see from this angle. She's a very experienced ewe. So we're moving some ewes and lambs over again. This is a job we do in tandem together. It's a job that basically runs smoother if both of us do it. So Arnie is in charge of bringing all the grain over, which she loads in pails and brings them over with the tractor. Then he feeds each pail according to which barn they're going in. I feed all bottles, and I'm in charge of lambs. Brains and brawn, I guess you'd say. We complement each other. So he's doing all the heavy stuff, all the equipment stuff. I'm doing all the computer stuff, the paperwork. And then we also utilize our hobbies. His hobby is welding. So as a result, throughout the farm, as you've seen on videos, you'll see little gates like this one that he's welded up. Then the big gates on each of the coveralls has a big gate too. And it's hard to tell in this light, but they all say something. This one says suffix. And then he did these little fasteners for holding the gates together, which are really handy. He made all the creek panels, all our feeders, and the boxes that the lambs play on and stuff. As you can see back there, we got sheep on the box. So he does all that stuff. Oh, and the feeders for the bottle holders, he designed that as well. So he does anything to do with metal work, he'll do that, and welding. And woodwork too, he's really good at woodwork. So he does the renovating of our house and stuff like that. I'm more the artsy side, so I'll tell him that I want a coffered ceiling in the living room, and he'll say, "What's a coffered ceiling?" And I'll explain it to him. We'll draw it up together, and then he'll build it. And likewise, I've always had a love of photography. So I've taken what little I know about photography, and I post heavily on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and now YouTube. And anyone who follows me on Instagram will see that I have literally thousands of photos. And for one thing, it's marketing, because it gets to show off our sheep and what we do here so that I can sell the sheep. But it is, even if we weren't in this business, I would still be posting thousands of photos, because I'll take pictures of anything. Chains, I did chains the other day. The sheep just happened to be a beautiful subject that I can take pictures of, that kind of joins our marketing and hobby together. But so yeah, and I'll design gardens and things like that, and I'll tell Arnie what I want to do, and he'll come and use his muscles and get it done. So that part works really well for us. So somebody asked, or mentioned anyway, that they'd like to see what Arnie does too. Unfortunately, we are both working at the same time, and we may start off in the same barn together, but I have the more little nitpicky job, so it takes me longer actually than him feeding. So usually, even though we start together, he'll have moved on by the time I get to him. So I can't always videotape what he's up to, but I think if you watch all our videos, you'll see an awful lot of Arnie working because that's all we do here. So I guess Arnie's gonna make some creek feed today too. He's got the creek feed mixer there. He does that as well. Anything associated with food for the farm, harvesting it, feeding it, he does that. Mostly I do everything with lambs and ewes and the marketing, selling side of things. But yeah, we had a really, really bad day today. I didn't mention it earlier. I'll probably talk about it tomorrow. And he feeds the rams. Hopefully without wiping it. Oh, this is a perfect spot for a coyote to get in. Jumps in here and goes right out.
Oh, they can just go through our gate too.
Not too easily. They got to go through a lot of fences there. Here they come right to the gate.
Oh, someone's going through there. Or is that the dogs making that traffic?
Well, hopefully it's the dogs.
They're going to send this dog through there.
No way. So these are the boys. Why is Ferdinand going in the feeder and fighting with that ram?
I'm only feeding them a little bit of grain and they're fighting over it. We've got white pigeons.
Oh yeah, we got a white pigeon. As much as we hate all the pigeons.
I hate the pigeon.
We've got a white one.
It's small. I think it's a dove.
It's not a dove. There it is. We got a white pigeon and a brown pigeon. The two we like. The rest we don't like. But she's really pretty. Where'd she go? There she is. In the house, you can see what we do too. So I paint things. Anything that's natural, like metal. This is an old milk can. Wood, driftwood, rocks. These are all rocks that I painted on. Like I say, I'm kind of the artsy-fartsy one in the family. And then Arnie, this is the ceiling that I got him to make. We're still not quite finished. We got some painting to do and we need a nice light for in here. But this was just a terrible ceiling falling apart. And we did that. It took a long time, but I think it looks really nice. But Arnie did that all himself. We designed it together, but he did the work for sure. What else? That's a slate off an old roof in Scotland, northern Scotland, that I painted. And when there's another piece of slate. When we were in Scotland, we went and got to go to the bird island where all the puffins were, which was really awesome. But yeah, so. But Arnie does some artsy-fartsy stuff too. I think you guys all saw it before, but I'll show ya. My giant flower, which in the summer is gonna go out in the garden. He made that out of an old plow part. I think it's actually a disc. But anyway, you get the idea. So I guess that'll be it for today. I hope you enjoyed your day at our farm. And I hope you'll join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.